Alrighty. Let's see here. I think I got it going. Let's see here. Wow. Okay, got it going. I need a different mic, I think. Let's see here. Wow. Okay, got it going. All right, I'm a little early. Good evening. This is Project Refit. We are early streaming live right now. I do need to change my name though. I am not James Corbett. All right. Sorry, I'm still setting stuff up. All right, I got that. Let's do it. Get in here, do some sharing. All right, well. There is not a lot going on. Well, I can't say that. It's not true. There's a lot going on. Oh, hold on. Where is this person? I got it. Sorry, I'm going to grab a bite real quick while I'm waiting for people to get on. I'm a terrible host right now. I'm still recovering from, I had a great workout with a friend of mine. Had two really great workout days. Really good. Very weird listening to myself talk. I'm not talking because I am typing. Do. I'm actually trying to encourage some people to get in here. If I can entice a few of my friends, a few of my buddies. All right. Now that we're like 8 minutes in. All right, welcome everybody to Project Refit. This is one of our live stream evenings. We support first responders, police officers, veterans, and really all those in need. We are here for just any kind of support and have good talks, good chats, bring forth good ideas and how to support our communities. And yep, we are here. We're here 3 times a week, 2 live streams, 1 private stream. And we would love for you guys to come in if you, in any of our platforms, if you see, there we go. If you see us on the on Facebook or any of the social media sites, give us a message. I'm currently mainly watching Facebook, so if you want to get on here and let me know, and I'll send you a private message with the Zoom link, and you can get in. What's up?
Yo, is this thing on?
Yeah, it's on, man.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me hear you?
I can hear you.
What's going on, brother?
Like,
it's good to see you.
I know, it seems for like forever I haven't seen you. I know I haven't really, it's been hit or miss for me, but I've been.
Did you see the video that I sent you? The better one of the fireworks?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Dude, I got so danger close. I was like, this thing's gonna go down in flames, or we get an awesome shot of these fireworks.
Yeah, no, I was laughing. I was like, I was waiting for it.
That's what everyone said. They're like, I'm just waiting for the thing to get. And I'm like, they're like, weren't you afraid? I'm like, I was worth it. It was worth a chance. What is it? I was willing to take that chance with the drone's life.
Yeah.
For glory. For YouTube glory.
Right. Oh. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's the man of the hour. How you doing, sir?
Oh. Hey, what's up?
You look worn down, man.
I'm super worn down, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm reading something Deanne just sent me privately.
It's totally cool, man.
Where you at?
Home.
You at home?
Yeah.
Back in Jersey?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw your post earlier. I watched your video earlier. I loved it.
It was real shit, man.
Real shit, dude. It's real shit. You have to fight. You're the only one that can fight those demons. And the sad thing is, those demons are your own creation. You created all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. It's just that it's the point being that I was trying to make is like, when you tell yourself everything's fine, you're fucking suppressing it the whole time. In reality, you're actually not fine. You're not okay. And then later on, you can potentially destroy relationships like I could potentially be doing, or fucking building something special for yourself, which is also what I'm trying to do. And I fucking hate all of it. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing the right thing for me, but whatever.
Yeah, I just had tonight was one of my first workouts with my neighbor up the street. She's in the army and she's a workout fanatic. Hey Parker. And
What's up, cowboy?
we were talking about like how, you know, when you're in that moment, you think you're fine, and then all of a sudden you start drinking or you start doing stuff, and then the next thing you know, you're like, what just happened? I am not okay. And then it's like you're having triage. You have to go into the triage and be like calling people or running to the other person's house, being like, I don't need to be alone. I need help. You know, it's so
So for me, that's exactly what the fuck happened to me recently. And it was unfair because well, it's not unfair. Everything was a decision too, but I went way too fast from one relationship to the other. And, you know, Lisa's a great person. She's a great woman. She's really nice and all this other shit. But I really hit a point where I was just like, where the fuck am I? I had like a full transparency. I had a couple of fucking mental breakdowns throughout the relationship where I was like, what the fuck? Where am I? What's happening? Why am I here? Like, it was really fucking odd. And like, you know, she was supportive and nice or whatever, but I was like, why am I not? I should be working on myself right now. It was almost like I was coming out of like a dream or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like the last straw was there's a couple of things and she apologized for it or whatever. And, you know, something about like scheduling and stuff and whatever, and she apologized for it and it's nice, but like, it really like set me off and I wasn't able to, I just was like, man, I really need to work on myself. That's something I could have talked about. You know what I mean? Like that's something I could have worked with her on or whatever, but I'm just like not there. I'm just not in relationship mode. Because I never got the chance to get the fuck through all the demons that I got from the other one.
What are you doing?
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes complete sense.
And it sucks because like I could be, who knows, I could be missing out on something that could have been really special and nice.
Well, yeah. Yeah, relationships are relationships can suck, but they yeah, Mike's laughing, he knows where I'm going with this. But they take work. And I've had to learn through the process of being married 16 years that you know, oh man, I'm not gonna get on a soapbox and get on this. Like
I'm a lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah,
you are.
I
you are too, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, you're lucky. We're lucky.
I have to work so hard, and I have such an amazing woman. So those are
like I told Lisa, she just recently said to me, she was like, look, my therapist is like, I should block you and like give you space and like not talk to her. I was like, I get it, totally understand. And you know, like she's like, I can't do this, and you know, it's been a couple of weeks now, and I was like, I totally understand. I was like, I know you can't do it, and like she said it's an up and down thing. I was like, I've been pretty clear with I can't, but apparently not. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's something we can have a discussion sometime, and that's to talk about in a relationship.
She's not my wife.
No, I know that, but you can,
know, and I think she knows that, and like it's not up to her to.
But you can still have a great relationship by setting those boundaries, because even in a marriage, you have to set boundaries, because if you don't set boundaries for each other, then
boundaries are super healthy. Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm not.
And I'm not coming down with you at all. That's not me.
Yeah, I'm not with her. Like, we broke up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, I really need to focus on me right now, and you need to go live your life and like not worry about some broken fucking dude who I feel bad that I strung her along a little bit. But anyway, fucking A. I don't know why. What's up, Parker?
You're avoiding. That's all good.
I am avoiding. I feel like shit.
Oh,
Parker,
Jay.
what's up?
Don't lie. You broke up with her so you could be with me. You don't gotta hide it from everybody.
I fucking do love you, Parker. Yo, everybody, please meet Cowboy. He is actually my boyfriend from Arkansas. He's a Marine. He's my brother, man. Literally, fucking love this guy.
Go get my hat. Go put my
Dude,
hat.
I mean, for what it's worth, like what you guys what you sacrificed, what you guys did for Rose. I saw the shit on Facebook, the pictures, man. It's fucking awesome, dude. You know, like that's what I look at. Like that's a lot of positive right there.
I just started a new job, and I told my wife about it and everything. She looked at, we were sitting in bed, and she, I'm like, I was watching some of the like before y'all went down their videos, like getting support and everything. And I'm like sitting there looking, and I look over at her, and she looks at me, and she was like, you can't, like, I didn't say anything to her. She just says, you can't go. You can't do that. She was like, not, you just started your job, and you took a week off right after you were working 3 weeks at your new job. I was like, because James, I can't tell you how close I was to being like, hey, bro, pick me up on your way down.
Dude, it was amazing. It felt great afterwards, and then I got real empty after, and I was like, man, I want to do more. I just want to go out, and I want to do more and more and more.
Oh, y'all can come help me build my blacksmith then. There.
No, notice he said afterwards it felt great, because that shit sucked in the 107-degree weather.
Well, it also, yo, honestly, dude, I'm gonna be real with you real quick. I've been struggling real hard with like recognizing shit in the moment. It's been like this weird numbness. So like, I've been really struggling a lot recently with that shit, and like it's not cool. And I recognize exactly what it is tonight. I actually had like some major breakthroughs today, but and one of them is like I really enjoyed being in a relationship, like when I was actually in like a loving, caring relationship with my ex. Everything was I loved it. Everything was better, brighter, whatever. And then like after this shit's like fucking not. So, but when I came back, bro, Parker, I started thinking about everything. I was like, damn, that was special. Like that was awesome. Like that was beautiful. But I wish I noticed it more in when we were in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, dude. I was the same way. I know I was getting frustrated, and I was like, fuck this. Working out in the heat all day and tempers. Everybody's like stressed the fuck out. And I'm like, the fuck? And then when we had that interview and, got to hear her tell her story to the news, it was like, yo, we're doing a great fucking thing here. It was like that reminder in that moment. And honestly, that's what got me through the rest of it too. I needed that reminder of why the fuck we were down there, what we're doing. So, yeah, I wish I would have been, kept that mindset through the whole thing, but definitely the heat and all the hard work gets to, and you're just like pushed through and you don't think about it. But I wish I would have thought about it in the moment.
I think good friends and good partners also got things through too. Big hugs.
It looked like y'all had good communication, and
it was good shit for sure, man. And there was a lot of learning that happened. A lot of growth. It was special, man. It was really, really incredible.
Yeah. Yep. That's good. I look forward to seeing more of that. And
Me too.
yeah, it was actually
On to the next.
Yeah. Say what?
You ever watch the show Ghost Hunters? At the end, they're always like, on to the next.
On to the next. Yeah, you're right. Yep, on to the next. Yeah, it definitely made me emotional. Like the whole, even Greg, the whole Greg thing too, man. It was just like, oh my gosh. So I'll get there. I'll get there so I can actually do stuff. That's what sucks about the new job. I got to show them I'm willing to work.
Mike, you're a jarhead?
Sir.
Stop
Can't tell by his flowing locks, but yes, I was a Marine.
What do you mean was a Marine? You are a Marine. My old man was you know what a Mustang is? My old man was a Mustang, jarhead, like 20 years. And I wrestled with it fact because I always wanted to be a jarhead. I always wanted to be a Marine growing up. But then like as you got closer, I realized like, you know what, I want to be a medic. I decided because I didn't want to kill anybody. Like at some point I'm like, you know what, I want to avoid killing if I can. So I decided to be a medic. But as you know, in the Marines, there's no Marine medic. You have to join the Navy.
He was like,
and then you'll be a corpsman, and then maybe you'll be assigned to a Marine Corps unit. There's no guarantees there. And like thinking over and over and over, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go Army. I have to go Army, be a medic. I don't want to get stuck on some fucking ship. That was like my worst nightmare, being like stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean, just like stuck on a fucking boat.
You know, I thought I'd play it safe and join the Marine Corps because I didn't want to get stuck on a boat. Turns out Marines go on boats too. I didn't think that one would too well.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was looking at joining the service, I had mentioned, I didn't tell my dad, but I had talked to one of my uncles, and actually both my uncles. But I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna join the service. I think I'm looking at the Marines, and both of them are like, when I said that, they were like, no. They're like, nope, don't do it. They were both Vietnam veterans. One of them was one of my uncles was a sniper over there, but he has I forgot. I'm not gonna say it because I'll get it wrong. My brother knows. He knows how many confirmed stuff, but we'd go shoot clay pigeons, and that uncle he would come out and shoot clay pigeons with a 22 pump action rifle. He'd hit every one of those suckers.
Gunslingers.
Yeah.
Those are gunslingers right there.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so that changed my mind. That's why I went in the Army. Yep.
So what I hear is you both are automatically smarter than I was.
Pretty much. No, I mean, right, no.
I don't know about that. I'm not stupid. I just make bad decisions. That's all. I don't have good judgment, but I'm smart.
I would say we had good, maybe we had good guidance. At least I can say that I had some good guidance coming in, so, for the most part.
I mean, you weren't talking me out of it. I decided when I was like 2 or 3 years old, I was going to be a Marine, and I'm hard-headed, so it never changed. My dad's Army though, so
okay.
but he started out in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
So I mean, there's that, but it's always funny because he likes to pick on me because I went to Paris Island and he went to San Diego, so that's always feud. But you know what wins the conversation every time? At least I didn't switch to the Army, and that shuts them up immediately.
You know what? All I have to say is not all, but most of the all of my prior Marines that came in as soldiers were generally some of my best soldiers, so it's okay.
Yeah. I remember this one guy, Bryant, who was a corpsman that came over to our medical platoon in the Army, and he was attached to a Marine. But yeah, that dude was crazy. This guy got us in so much trouble. He was a Navy corpsman and switched over to the Army because he was sick of being on boats. I'm like, yeah, go figure. And it was funny because like
I saw is. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, we had this one guy in boot camp who came from the Army. I still can't figure that one out. You know, he was a sergeant in the Army. I'm talking, he was the only person when we graduated that he had a stack bigger than all the DIs. Yeah. You know, and I was like, why the fuck did you decide to join the Marines? Like, you should have stayed in the Army.
One of the craziest was some of these guys, James or Jim. I think I told you about this one.
Yeah.
So when I went to basic, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
That was me.
And this is back in the 90s. And you know how they, like in basic, they do the battle buddy system where it's like it's all alphabetical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like whoever's next to your name, like that's your battle buddy. And this guy Chris Jenkins, I'll never forget him, was my Army battle buddy. This guy was an ex-Navy, he was a Navy SEAL that decided he didn't want to be in the Navy anymore. So he was going to be an Army forward observer. But because the Army doesn't recognize the Navy basic, they made him go back through basic training, a Navy SEAL. And the funny thing is like no one, like everyone's like bullshit. But like as I was going through basic, I'm like, this guy knows everything. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, this guy's legit. Like he knows everything. And sure shit, on graduation day, he was wearing the trident. So like on graduation day, like they're not going to let you wear that unless you can fucking wear that. And he was wearing it. He was a fucking Navy SEAL. They made this guy go through basic, Chris Jenkins, and he was my battle buddy through Army basic. I'm like, you couldn't pick a better battle buddy for basic training.
So I could see that going one of two ways. He either kept you out of trouble or he purposely got you into trouble.
Dude, he was a master. He was like the whole time, like he was inconspicuous. He was just like in the background, like, you know what I mean? Like, but the whole time he gave our entire platoon tips, you know what I mean? He just like lets you know, like, here's, do this, do that, you know? But yeah, he was just like the funny thing was he was a Navy SEAL and he decided to go Army because he just had his second kid. And he's like, I don't want to be away from my family so much. So instead of being a Navy SEAL, I'm going to be an Army forward observer and I'll be less away from my family. Like that was his solution. And he's like, I don't want to be. Yeah. Cause he'd been like in the Navy SEALs ever since, you know, he was an 18-year-old. And at this point he just had his second kid. And he was like, I'd seen my kids a total of like maybe 2 months total, you know, and one of them's just turning 3 and the other one's, you know, just turning 1. So he's like, I had to change. Yeah. But it was crazy. And like, no one believed it, but like, you know, it's like, even I was like, okay, whatever, dude, you're a Navy SEAL, you know, and this is back in the 90s. So like people didn't really know what a SEAL was. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like now. Yeah. Like this is back in the early 90s. So like people were like, oh yeah, Navy SEAL, kind of, sort of, but yeah, this dude, Chris Jenkins. It was insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. My battle buddy was a prime Marine. He had been out. What was it? He had been out like past his 5-year mark 3 days. 3 days. And the Army was like, nope, you gotta go back to basic. So, and they made him go. But yeah, he was my battle buddy. And this guy had gone, he was like in the initial, like, I don't know, he had like whatever, Iraq, when they went into Iraq. Desert Storm or something like that. I can't remember, but it was crazy. So
Cedric's on. Did any of you guys get the yellow fever vaccine? Now that Cedric's on, we can. Do you guys ever get the yellow fever vaccine?
I think I did.
See, Cedric?
I think that was part of the cocktail I had.
Yeah. He's like, it's yellow fever. He's like, who gets yellow fever? I'm like, I got fucking yellow fever. I don't know about you guys, but I had to get it.
Yeah.
That was like part of the
got
standard
it and a bunch of others.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. They gave it the Hep A, the Hep B, the Hep X, Y, and Z. All that shit. But yellow fever, at first, like, I started thinking about it because he made me question it. He was like, yellow fever, that sounds like a joke. Like, oh yeah, you got the yellow fever. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. But then I Googled it, and it is 100% a legit vaccine. I'm like, you know what? I picture it on my vaccine record, like yellow fever, box, check. You got that one.
Pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So Parker,
That's like an Africa. That's like an Africa thing. If you're gonna go to Africa,
right,
then you gotta get the yellow fever. I think. I'm pretty sure that was like one of, like, if you're going to Africa or they think you might go to Africa, then you should get the yellow fever vax.
I think they gave it to us before we were supposed to go on the Mew for Asia, though, as well.
Yeah.
I know they gave us like 10 different shots, and I was like, yo, I'm not even going with you guys. And they're like, yeah, you still got to get them because you're in the unit.
Yep.
So I was like, cool. Now I'm protected against these diseases that I'll never see. So cool.
Yeah. Yep. Make me part of your drug study. No problem.
Yeah. When I was sick, right before I went to England, they gave me like all of those shots and everything. I was like, I'm not even deploying. Why are you giving? I'm just going. I'm PCSing to another country. I'm gonna be there for 3 years.
Guess how much our company's paying people to get the COVID vaccine?
$500.
$2,000
more. $1,000
for people in the company to get. Man, I'm gonna come.
So here's the other catch: you can't come to the office unless you get the vaccine. It's mandated. So if you want to come back to the office, you got to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
But they are going to give you $1,000. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I'll. So will they give me the $1,000 if I get hired by the company I already have it?
Yeah. I mean, you just have to throw. All you have to do is show your vaccine card that says you have it. You get $1,000.
I got it right here on my desk somewhere. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh,
I mean, you gotta work. You gotta work for my company. It doesn't work. I
know. Yeah.
Do you know?
Right. So, Parker, you've got your nonprofit up there in Arkansas, right?
For profit.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is it again that you're doing up there?
Work with veterans and first responders with trauma, taking them out into nature.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm just making sure. Super cool. So you take them out there horseback camping, or you just any kind of camping sort of a thing? Or?
Go camping, bring some horses along, go riding, hiking, fishing, kayaking, different kinds of outdoor activities that happen to be therapeutic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So to do one of those, how much does that do you charge?
$400 a person.
$400 a person. Okay.
And that includes resources as well. One of my partner organizations provides backpacks with different books and resources for veterans and first responders. Okay. So they're gonna send us backpacks with those resources. So that's included in the fee.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Think about that. So would that be like around the Ozarks?
Yep. I'm actually in the foothills of the Ozarks. I'm in northern Arkansas.
Okay. So yeah, that'd probably be some really pretty country up there then.
Oh, it is. Some good hiking too.
Okay. Maybe that'll be a vacation trip. Take the kids.
Come on.
Pay, bring my kids out there and make them do a walkabout.
Yeah, that's something me and James were talking about while we were in Louisiana. doing a family one, so you can bring out families.
Yep.
I think that's a good idea. Get the family involved. I think the families probably suffer just as much as,
absolutely,
maybe not just as much, but they're as affected as the service members and first responders. So definitely want to get them involved too.
Yeah, no, that's actually that's a subject I like to talk about, because I would say, depending on the situation, like sometimes the family members are definitely equally, if not sometimes more, depending on like where they're at. Yeah.
Yeah. Think about what they have. Think about what they suffered through all those same years.
Yeah. I mean, my journey and my family's journey is very, it's been, it hasn't been easy. I've had to like reconfigure myself, and I'm still doing it, several times over, having to morph and thinking that I'm good, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not. I'm still dealing with this issue, and I'm having to rehabilitate myself as a parent essentially all the time. And
that awareness is key, though. Like, here's the thing: like the awareness, like just the awareness of it is like, that demon's there that you have to fight. Like, you at least know that demon is there.
Yeah,
where it is.
And that's exactly that's exactly what that this is where like the incline for me, like really getting past some of digging myself out is that that aware, like you were saying, like that awareness. And then I've been on I'm constantly on this trip of vulnerability and what that looks like, and the different types of vulnerability, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable so that you can achieve an emotional goal. And because if we don't let ourselves do that, then we're not just losing out with our family. And I've as a dad and wanting to really mentor my kids, like that's I've had to make myself and learn how to approach that vulnerability. And because we as men, as general in general, and grown-ups as well, like we don't want, sometimes we have a little too much pride when it comes to our kids. And I've had to, and it doesn't help being a soldier, oh my gosh, that's just, I think it amplifies that whole pride thing. And having to back down and actually look at my 15-year-old son and be like, what, I think your idea is really great. You don't have to, my idea is just an idea, but you can do it your way. Having really to adopt that versus like, no, just do it my way because I know it works, stuff like that, it's so yeah, it's another one of my soapboxes. Being a parent and marriage, both of those, I can start going. If I get on that, I can go for a while. But
yeah, being a military brat and then joining the military, I've seen like both sides. And honestly, I don't even think my dad still has acknowledged that there's stuff wrong with him. But I definitely saw it, and I took it personally. But then when I joined the military and I realized I was doing the same things that he was doing, it kind of clicked, and I made that correlation and realized, hey, my dad's just suffering through some stuff. He's been through a lot. I mean, I think he's got one deployment, but he's spent most of his career in CID.
Yeah.
So he's seen some messed up stuff, and it definitely weighs on him. I see it affecting his and my mother's marriage. Definitely affected me and my sister as kids. I think of the three of us, my sister, my mom, and me, I'm the only one that really gets what's going on with him because I've been there and I've experienced it. So it's created this better understanding. Honestly, him and I butted heads all the time because I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. And so we butt heads all the time. And then I'll say our relationship wasn't as great as it was until I joined the military and I started realizing, hey, this stuff's not personal. Like, this is just him dealing with all this bullshit. Obviously, I think he needs to find better ways to deal with stuff. That's not a conversation that we've got to have yet. So,
right. Well, speaking on that, that's something that I've had to step back, and I've had to go to my son and be like, hey, you know what? When I yelled at you today, it had nothing. There was nothing personal about it. I just needed to get your attention so that we can achieve the task that we need to accomplish. And I make sure that at the end of the day, I'd have this like mental processing before like I tuck the kids in and be like, okay, what is it that I need to go back and confirm with them and identify? Did I do something that I could have done better? Okay, so I need to apologize. And I just have this like little checklist that I do, and I try to, when I tuck my kids in bed, the things that I need to apologize for, I apologize, and the things that I need to explain a little bit, I'll go into that explaining. And I don't like to do that because it feels crappy, at the end of the day, feeling like I've messed up. But the last thing I want is them to get, be adults and look back and be like, oh, my dad was an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'd rather go ahead.
I'm actually really like, I know that I want like a family one day and shit. I've come to that realization that I do want that, but like I feel like with the way that I am right now, like mentally, what you're able to do is what I hope that I can do one day, because I'm never going to be fucking normal ever again with the shit that I went through. And like, including even when I was younger. And I've learned that in therapy too. And like, it's just, it's really hard for me right now to be able to just sit back. And I used to be able to do that in the moment. You know what I mean? Like in the moment I could I still have the ability to do it sometimes, but it's different when you're in a relationship. And I want to get that ability back for when I'm in a relationship and being able to like sit back and just like hear and understand,
Right.
So I get that.
Yeah. I didn't know, James, I didn't know I was actually like broken until after I was married. And honestly, I didn't know that until 5 years after I was married. And like 5 years after I was married, like my wife was pulling her hair out, and that was had some eye-opening talks, and then I started to process, okay, this is not cool. So I had to start digging in deep. And so where I'm going with this is that you're doing the right thing. You're already acknowledging it, and you're seeking that help, because I didn't do that until way later in my marriage. But the other thing, the concept that you have, sometimes it takes that other individual in the relationship to pull some of that stuff out that you didn't know, because they're in that with you day in and day out. And it's a beautiful thing when, you'll get mad at each other. You might yell at each other. You might have to step away, but you come back and you're like, oh man, okay, I get what you're saying now. And how can I improve? And then that's where you start to see your relationship flourish, is when you can dig down and be like, hey, I realized I was really wrong about this, or it might be the other way, and be like, you know what? I don't understand this part about you. How can you help me understand that? So that's one of those things, like you're saying, hey, you don't want to be in a relationship because where you're at right now, but I want to encourage you not to be stuck there, to be stuck on that, because it's one of those things that you're always going to be finding something that you need to work on. And then if you don't,
you know what it is?
Yeah.
this is exactly what I need back. I need to, or even find and get better with. I need to get better at, and even beginning to learn what are my triggers. How can I don't want to avoid them, but I want to be able to manage them when I'm in that place. Right. And I want to be able to, like, if I hear something that fucking riles me up, like, I'll tell you what one thing is, like, and by the way, she apologized for this. She went to therapy for this. This is not an attack on her. None of that shit. Lisa's a good person. All that shit. I'm not talking shit. So there was an example of something that happened. It really got to me real bad. And she was like, hey, like, can you, like, because I was telling her about, like, an event that was coming up or whatever, a date of it. She's like, hey, can you confirm with me next time when your events are and, like, schedule them around me? And I was like, what the fuck did you just say? And that's not okay, by the way. And she recognized that later and she apologized, by the way. Just like, but like, that really fucking, like,
a little funny though.
Yeah, no, it's not funny. It was fucked up, is what it is. Let's be real. But the thing is that she recognized, she came back and she apologized.
Right.
But the fact that I wasn't able to be calm in the moment, and, like, I literally was like, you are fucking up. You are fucking up. What are you talking about? What the fuck did you just say to me? And, like, I like, that's controlling as fuck. And that I didn't like that shit. Yeah. But in the moment, what I could have done is been like, hey, you recognize how that's not okay, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But instead, I was not okay with that shit right off the bat, because that's like a direct attack on first off, my boys, right? The women that I'm trying to help out, the men I'm trying to help out, my organization, and me. So you can get fucked. But then she apologized, whatever, and then later, and whatever, some other shit or whatever. But, like, I don't know. Bottom line is, I just, in that time, I could have been better, and I need to be better. If I want to be in a relationship, I need to be better, and I can be. And I'm learning all of my shit.
Yeah, know your demons. Like, you posted the video, like,
I'm just learning about them now,
like,
really.
Like, be conscious of those demons, and, like, as soon as they come up, you're like, hey, here's where I take a time out, and I don't get on Facebook.
You want to hear something cool?
You know what I'm saying?
You want to hear something cool, Tannhauser? I can feel them. I can feel when I'm getting triggered on. I actually have I'm actually getting it. I have one right now. A brain pain. When I think back to the when that shit was stated to me, it also reminds me of the ex, like, the fucking Lisa is a good person. She tries her best. She's in therapy herself. She's really working on it. She's amazing. She's a good person, good woman. But, like, just didn't work out right now because I'm fucked up from the one who was terrible. You know what I mean? But I get this brain pain. I can actually feel when this shit is coming on, by the way. Right. I can actually feel. It's not a headache. It's not like a pressure. It's an actual, like, sting. So I know when it's happening. It's the craziest thing, man. But that's when I know something's going on, and I didn't learn that until therapy.
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, I'm just gonna let you know one thing.
Yellow fever vaccine. Yellow fever vaccine's a real thing.
Yeah, I'm obviously not married, and I've never been married. And I've been close to being married, but I guess when you're in a relationship and it's like the beginning of a relationship, women like to feel like they're the number one. And the communication part of it is knowing that what you do is for, for people, other people other than yourself. And saying that what she did, and she knew that she was wrong for it. And she did apologize for it, and she's a good person, and you said it, is that when you're courting, or when you building a relationship, you have to know, like, women like to feel like they're priority over other things, and that's the way it is. Like you say, you have these triggers, like you can feel something like a pressure or something. Dude, my hair is on like my neck stand up. If somebody, like if I was dating someone, if they're around too much and I get agitated, the hairs on the back of my neck will stand up, and I'm like, yeah, it's time for you to like go home, or it's time for me to go home, or something. That's why when you first start in a relationship, I don't think it's a good idea to move in so fast with somebody, maybe so much, because you're definitely dedicating your time. You see somebody day in and day out. That's a different level of commitment than it is if you were, girlfriend or boyfriend, and you guys have
Bro,
separate spaces.
I agree with you so fucking much, Cedric. I agree. Like, I also, so when I was in therapy, I was talking to my therapist about it. Even like, I was like, man, I felt like shit was just, he's like, it was moving fast, whatever. He's like, listen, dude, you were in a super vulnerable place. He's like, you gotta be real with yourself. You just got out of like a super traumatic fucking experience. And only a couple months later, you're in another. He's like, dude, like you gotta forgive yourself for that. And he's like, he's like, in the long term, you're doing the right thing for yourself. And that's when I was like, I am, and I'm recognizing I am the most personal me. I am the most permanent thing in my life. Me. Right? Like Cedric, you are your most permanent thing in your life. Same thing with fucking Jimmy, with Bruno. Like, we're all our most permanent fucking things in our lives. And like, that's why it's really important. And I'm recognizing, and I'm telling myself this, as hard as it is, that the decisions that I make have to be for the most permanent fucking fixture in my life, which is me. And I need to heal, and I need to accomplish things for me. Like right now, it's healing, and also getting my drone license. Sorry, I threw the distraction in there because I'm
No,
probably
no, no.
yeah.
It makes sense, man. I'm just saying, like me, I understand. Like I'm not used to having somebody in my space all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just like visiting family. It's like once you can visit family 3 to 4 days, and then it starts to stink. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of weighs on you a little bit. It's like, yeah, I'm ready to go home now. Like even like
Yeah.
like when I went home in August, dude, I spent like maybe a total of 12 hours with my mom. We don't have the best relationship right now, for other reasons here nor there, but um, and I guess I told you guys about it, but
Yeah.
it's just the fact that I am so used to having my own space, doing things in my own time in my own way, and then have to circumvent my time and my energy into somebody else. It doesn't, like, entertaining is the wrong word. Like if I'm entertaining you, it's because you're here and I want to do things for you. But if you live in my space, I have no retreat. Like you have to have a retreat to go. She needs a retreat to go back to so she can decompress, and you need a spot to decompress in. If that makes sense.
I can't wait to come up there. I can't wait to come up there in September and invade your space.
Well, this is planned space. This is planned time.
Best time ever. I can't wait.
That's entertainment time. Like, I mean, like that's expected. Like literally, my cousin is coming up for 5 days, and literally, I got another army buddy coming up like the day after he leaves. Another guy's coming up for my first deployment. He wants to come up to Alaska, and then you're coming up in September. So it's not like I don't have these times separated. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying,
you're like a whore. You little whore. Look at you all over the place.
I'm a social butterfly now.
That's really awesome.
Project Refit has made me a social butterfly. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
You wouldn't believe how many conversations I have on a daily basis with, not random people, but people I haven't seen in probably 15, 16 years, man. And it just pops up, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going? What we doing? Where we at? When you coming?"
Yep.
Kind of, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm pretty close-ended as far as how far my circle goes out. You know what I'm saying? So
That's super cool, man.
If
I'm
if
just
I'm
saying,
invited,
like the whole, like the hype level of this trip to Alaska is like here, like way high.
Yeah, we
but
can't.
Sennheiser ain't coming. He's saying he's coming, but he ain't coming.
Dude, the expectation is set so high, you have no idea. Like I'm feeling like this is gonna be like an epic trip. So I hope you have your yellow fever vaccine.
There's no such thing as yellow fever vaccine.
There is.
There
Yes,
is.
there is.
They didn't make us get it. I'm just saying that was an optional vaccine. I don't remember.
Well, it wasn't optional for me.
No, it was not optional.
I did not get yellow fever vaccine. I don't think. But
Well, thank you for what you were saying, by the way, man.
like I said, I've been single for since December 2019, and COVID happened and all that kind of stuff, and losing family
Thank God.
members and
Thank
friends
God.
and all
I
kinds
would
of
hate
stuff.
I would hate any woman to have to deal with you.
Well, I mean, I have my what do you call it? I have my insecurities.
Associations?
No, it's called insecurities. I would say in myself. It's not in the person that I'm with. It's the insecurities in myself that I've realized that I've had. Like literally, I have to have a space where I can retreat to gather myself. And if I don't have that space, then I feel closed in. So I can't get myself together, and things don't work out the way it's supposed to because I'm concentrating on putting my energy in someone else when I should be concentrating my energy in myself / family or whatever project I'm doing or something like that. Like last Sunday, like when I took my camera out for the first time, and like it's been over a year, obviously, but it felt good. It felt good, man. It felt good getting back in the game, and I didn't have to worry about what time to get home. I didn't have to worry about somebody asking me where I am or anything like that. Like it's like when I don't know. I'm kind of
No, you're
going with
right,
that.
dude. I hate being a slave to time. I don't want to be a slave to time. Like I want to be a master of time. Like I use that time how I want to use that time.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you have to give yourself enough space to breathe. And if you feel like the walls are closing in on you, and you feel like you got to answer to somebody, I'm like, if I'm not married to a person, you should not be asking me where I am, what time I'm coming home, or where you at, kind of a deal. You can ask me what we doing after the fact, but don't ask me where I am or when I'm coming home or something. That makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. But
yeah, but that's even that goes back to my original statement of even in your marriage having boundaries. It's just like that was something that I think I ran into something similar to that early on in our marriage, and I got flustered about it. But I came back. I kind of walked away, but I came back to her and I was like, hey, you know what? This actually really bothered me. I didn't say anything to you at the time, but this really bothered me. I was like, can we look at how we can communicate this better? To where I don't feel, because that's how I felt. I just felt I was like, yeah, and I won't go into the whole situation, but yeah, that was like, just wanted to. And she came back to me and she was like, I never even thought of it. She was like, I didn't mean it that way, but I didn't think of how that would sound to you. So that was the flip side of it, is that it wasn't even intentional. It just happened.
yeah, it's never intentional. I'm sure.
Oh no, sometimes it is. But
I mean, like I said, I'm not married, and like, I guess if Deanne can chime in, but she's got crappy service, but she's the female side of it, and I don't want to jump on it and be like, just to have one side of it. It has to be a full circle side.
Listen, we're obviously right. We're obviously right in everything we think and say. We don't need her opinion.
I mean, anytime.
She lives pretty close to your ass. She probably comes in.
I know.
She's gonna show up at your door and be like, you don't know what you're talking about, Mike.
Yep, she's like, I heard you been talking shit on the Project Refit.
Know what you did?
I know what you did. I know what you
Yes, you're right, Ian. We are all bastards.
Cedric's fault. Cedric's the one who's acting like he can just do whatever he wants without any repercussions because he's not married. Must be nice.
I can do whatever I want because I'm not married.
No, that's pretty much how it works.
I can spend my money do whatever I want. I can go on trips whenever I want. I don't have to
do whatever you want.
I don't have to plan around anybody else's schedule.
You know what?
I wish I could be Peter Pan. Must be fucking nice.
When I hear all that shit, something that I actually really, I don't know why, but I actually really enjoyed all of those shit things that you guys are talking about. Like I loved having someone that was like, hey, like when you coming home, or like I loved having, but the thing is, like I would want to get back and I want to feel that again. You know what I mean? I want to feel like excited, like I want to go back and see my girl, man. I'm fucking bored here. I'll see you. And go lay on my, you know what I mean? And just like, I love that shit. I love it. And I missed, that's something that fucks me up from like my ex, not Lisa. That intimacy during the relationship was fucking almost entirely cut from everything, and it fucked me up. It was super mentally abusive, and like it was just pure. It just fucked me up, man. And now, like, I don't know. It's hard for me to accept anything as real, but I know that I missed that, and that's what I want to be able to give that back too, though. You know, I want to be able to have that feeling to give back to the woman that I'm with. I don't know. I hope that makes sense, what I just said.
It makes sense, but I get the same love for my dog. Well, not the same love, but somebody's there who's expecting me to come home is what I get from my dog. You know, I'm not comparing a girlfriend to a dog.
Bro.
Definitely different. But, you know, the intimacy side of having, you know, a partner there with you makes more sense. But, you know, like I do have something alive here waiting for me to come home every day. And that does make a difference. Like I am providing some sort of a life sustaining thing for the dog, you know, which, you know, it subsides what I have to deal with my insecurities, you know, until I'm ready to step into that type of relationship where I can deal with somebody saying, hey, where you at? What time you coming home? Don't spend that money. You can't buy this. You can do that, but you can't do this kind of a thing. It's like, ugh, like that makes
see, like, dude, there's a line though. That shit can be super controlling and everything. And there is a fucking line. And there is a limit. And for me, what I want to be able to give back to someone is, I want you to feel like you can go anywhere you fucking want. Feel free to do whatever the fuck you want. I want you to be able to build relationships with people, like obviously not like, you know, intimate.
Romantic. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I want you to feel free in this relationship.
Yeah, I want you to have your own friends. I want you to have your own hobbies. But the
thing
is,
I want you to live.
But when you're in the first draft of being in a relationship,
that's not true.
There.
That means you're in a. That's a. Wait a second. There's between a dog and a girlfriend. Lock them both in your trunk for 30 minutes. Come back and see who's happy to see you. That is fucking hilarious.
Especially in my trunk, they wouldn't like it very much at all.
But Cedric, like the thing is like that's immediate warning signs that person's not right for you, right? Like I want to be in a relationship with somebody where it's immediately where of course we have to set our boundaries, tell each other what we're comfortable with and stuff like that, of course, but like I'm not going to ever limit that. I'm not going to tell that person, oh, you can't go out with your best friends on Monday if it's like the night that they all go out. Like I'm not going to fucking do that.
No. That's not what I'm saying. No. You misunderstood me. I'm saying like in the beginnings of relationships, if you don't say, you know, what like you don't put down the guidelines and what you expect in a relationship, it can go either way. And when something comes up, she can be like, well, you didn't say this in the beginning, kind of a thing. I've been pretty much exclusive to you for the last, 8-9 months or however long you're together. And now all of a sudden you're like back at work, or, you want to go out and do things and you don't want me to go with you, kind of a deal. That's like, it's kind of different. Like, I don't know. Like I said, sometimes you want to get away so you can get a breather from that person, not because you're like mad with them or anything like that. It's just the fact that you need that space to decompress and talk about problems so you can get insight from people that's in your circles. Like, hey, what should I do about that, kind of a deal?
I can understand that.
I mean, I have friends that's been married for over 20 years, and both the husband and the wife call me and ask me, about advice for here, one or the other. And like, what should I do for this? What should I do for that? I'm like, you guys know I'm not married, right? Like, you guys asking the singlest person in the room, how to deal with relationship stuff, when I'm not gonna say I've never dealt with relationship problems, but it's just the fact that when you're married, it's different. And when you're a girlfriend or boyfriend, you should have those freedoms to do what you want. But when you're married, it should be that wife, that husband should be your best friend. And that's the idea of being married. It's like, you should come to me when you have a problem. And that's what I've heard before. It's like, you shouldn't have to go to your friends. I'm your best friend. You should tell me everything, kind of a deal.
No, no. You don't have to, and you don't need to, and you actually.
Well, I didn't say. I'm just saying in general. I'm speaking in general.
I know.
Jesus, fuck! You always going against me. I
am not going.
Your married ass been married for too long, man. You don't know.
No.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so James.
I can't hear you.
Shut up, Mike. But James, in all seriousness, you and I have had this conversation before, and my biggest thing was, if you can't picture a future, then that's your level-headedness of like this. Like, I don't want anything to change you as a person. You know what I mean? Because of what you do and how you are. Like, you're a good person. Don't let somebody change you into what they want you to become, because you do you.
Like, you felt like, I can understand what Deanna said. Like, I fell in love with the person that you are now, not the person that you are choosing to become.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like, no offense, like, anybody that chooses to go out with you should know like what they're signing up for. Like, your heart and soul is dedicated to this organization, and that's who you are, and that's what you do. And if that's what you choose to sign up for, like, no offense, but that's what you're doing.
Yeah. So in a way, I 100% support what you're saying, Deanna. It's
like
fabulous.
The comment that was made is unfortunately a little rude, and I'm glad that they caught that and they did apologize for it. But like, there's no need for that, because they know what you do and how you, what you're doing. Like, you're changing lives, you're saving lives. Like, and if anybody's going to put a damper on that, sorry, like, no thanks.
They have to realize what your first love is.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's his image now. Like, it's not an ego thing, but it's a part in, technically it is an ego thing. Yeah, it is. It's an ego thing. The Project Refit is who James Corbett is.
Yeah.
It's not ego.
It's not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's a part of who you are. Well, I'm not saying like you like cocky or anything like that, but if you look up the definition of ego, it's pretty much fits. But
James is Project
I
Refit.
still disagree.
Okay,
but I can say this, that like, I don't know what fits in to my life right now, or who is it that's going to be my future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm hardly capable of seeing any, because I was so fucking broken, genuinely, and I'm admitting the shit out of it because whatever. I was so broken that it's really hard for me to imagine anyone. There was only one individual that I could and I did imagine, but I don't know. I don't know if, first off, that'll ever work out. Second off, it even matters because I need to go after what and who in reality understands me.
Yes.
So what I imagine, and this is my logical side, which I love my logic side, what I imagine and dream of isn't always necessarily the answer. Right? I have to get smart with myself. I have to be realistic about that. And that's something that I'm able to do and talk about openly here. And then I go to therapy, and my therapist, I fucking love the dude.
You just gotta love dude.
Yo, I fucking love that dude, bro. He's so good. I got really lucky meeting a really dope ass guy. But anyway, he has his opinions too, and he voiced them, and I'm following them, and I'm taking the advice and shit, to be honest. And sometimes I stray and I whatever, but I'm pretty much hardcore about I'm not really drinking. I didn't smoke any cigars tonight. When I went out to for a little bit, I was around some people smoking cigars. I shouldn't have been. I'm actually feeling a little sniffly, if you will. I don't know if it's allergies or if it's a sickness. I have no idea. But bottom line is I'm trying, I'm just trying my best. I don't know.
No, you could. That's all that matters, man. I try every day. Every day I get up, I try. Every day I open my eyes to go to work. That's me trying. If I don't bump some music going into work, it's gonna be a bad fucking night.
Hi, bro.
Like,
you're bumping that ass music, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, like,
how's that bike though? What's going on with that?
Bike is total, bro. I totaled it out.
Are you getting another one though?
No, not up here. There's no track up here. I'm not gonna spend another $22,000 on a bike that I can't.
Yo, you should try to get the we're gonna be auctioning off a custom bike soon. You should fucking bid on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it happened for a reason. Like I truly believe in like fate kind of deal. Like
gotcha. Yeah.
When things like that happen and there's no repercussions physically, it was a mental. Obviously, a punch to my gut, but I was like, but I didn't get hurt, and I was completely. The guy was older. He had his motorcycle endorsement, so he felt bad about it. He's very respectful, older guy, like way older guy, and he was like, hey man, I'll give you $100, man, just for causing this to happen to you. And I was like, you know what, keep your money, man. And that's what insurance is for. Accidents happen. I'm still here. I'm in one piece, and I realized that, and I'm like, this because it's gone now. Like this happened for a reason, so I can. It opened the door for me to pay off more crap that I need to get off my tab technically, and I bought that car, which I don't think it was imposed by. It was definitely a deal that I couldn't walk away from. But yeah, man. I mean, I had the other car for just a year and a month, and I already had bought another car. I'm like, yeah, I have a problem. And I think I told you guys, whenever I spend money like that, like impromptu spending money, is like a tale of mine that I'm going through something internally that I've not realized yet. So I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm pretty sure like when I spend large chunks of money like that, it definitely is a tale of mine. So that's what I learned about myself. So I mean, I'm 36 years old, and some things that stick out to me.
Sounds to me like an OCD thing. Like you get OCD'd about something.
Yeah.
And you'll do like this becomes a thing. This becomes the mission.
Yeah. And this is actually the longest I ever been in one place too. So I've been in Alaska, technically, if you don't count the Army time. I've been out since 13, and I've been here a little bit. So usually I've moved along and changed jobs, because usually I hold a job for like 3 years, add it to my resume, and be like, yeah, it's time for something new. But actually, I've actually spent some time in this job on my civilian side. This is the longest I've been in a job like this, and usually I go in a 3-4 year cycle of switching things up. So I think that's what it is. That's my internal thing that I was going through, and I was like, I have to learn a skill. I have to broaden my circle, kind of a deal. But I'm a little awkward too, so
you are a weirdo. You're a weirdo.
Yeah, I realized that about myself. Like most people don't say it like, oh, things that I do that are not like other people. And I get asked like, how come you're not married yet? How come you don't have kids? I'm like, because I don't fucking want to have kids. How about that? But
I'll do me. Don't worry about
it. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't like people controlling my money, and I don't like people controlling me. So, it's just the way I am. It's just the way I am. And it's cool, James Corbett, just to be the way you are. Even though you think you fucked up, I think it's just a life lesson that you're learning right now. And it's a step in your life that's you're going to learn from. And like if it comes back full circle and you get back with the person you were with, awesome. If not, you meet somebody else that fits into the genre of the type of person you want to be with, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to feel like they have shackles on them, or, feel like they have to go out of their way to make them happy, or feel like
that's actually a part of my homework I have to do. I'm going to do it tonight. Like, I'm actually going to get off in a bit. I'm going to go pick up some Copenhagen, and then I'm going to do some homework. I have to write a part of my homework. What's that?
So you're going to stuff a fat dip in and get on that homework.
Yeah. I'm gonna. It's literally right. And I have to write a description of who I'm looking for and what I'm looking for. Right. And that's like, because I've worked on so much other shit so far. And he's like, hey, you know what? This week, why don't you go ahead and just write about like the type of woman you want to be with one day? Just nothing like come up with something.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said to him right away was, I just want somebody that will fight for me, because I've always I fight for everyone.
I'm thinking like a redhead.
Tannhauser, I will throw you off a fucking bridge. I am not going to risk having a family.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking redhead, 100%.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Stop. All right, I'm not talking about looks here. Damn it. Fucking Tannhauser. Jesus.
The thing is,
God damn it. Hang on. God damn it. Fucking redhead. Can we just stick on that for a second?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Could you imagine a whole ass family of red? That's like disgusting.
No,
I'm kidding.
That is not disgusting.
It's not disgusting. It's very
I'm
cute.
kidding. I'm kidding. There's actually a family over in I forget what country, but they were ran out of a town because a whole family of gingers, and they were literally bullied out of their entire city.
That's
they are the spawn of state.
We are.
James, in all seriousness, I've made that list, and
I'm talking about seeing children.
So I
they deserve every prejudice.
What were you trying to say, Cedric?
What's that?
Oh no, Cedric was trying to say something, and then Mike cut it off.
No, let James finish his thought before he loses it.
Oh, okay.
I was the first thing that came to my head was immediately someone that will fight for me, fucking, because I fight for everybody, and then just like someone who's fucking smart, you know, in whatever it is that they do. Like I want someone who's just like good at whatever they do. And like I've always wanted someone who's like fucking semi-athletic too, honestly, because I'm an athlete. And like I don't know. There's other stuff too, but those are the things that I really want. Like I don't really give too many shits about the looks or whatever. I don't really care.
Right.
Are you like me? Like
not fully.
No,
You
like
gotta
I
be
can't
pretty.
be with a troll, bro. I'm not like the best looking guy.
I'm not looking for trolls, homie. I know that, but like, I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Like you said, I made this list and it was unrealistic. I was like, hey, I want a woman who is very professional, independent, loving, caring, and mostly financially secure. And I wanted her to have her own space so we can share spaces. And that seems kind of weird. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, there's ain't no fucking way in the world I'm gonna find that. There's no fucking way in the world. It's like I made an impossible list. So, but there has to be compromises. You have to be able to take compromises on one or two things on a list. So just understand that side too. It's like you can have a trophy. Like she can be a trophy. She can be awesome. She can be very professional. She can know her shit. She can be well off. But then it comes down like this. She's batshit crazy. Like literally, this bitch is in there cooking rabbits, like alive in a pot. Like fatal attraction, that shit going on up in there. But I mean, just be careful what you get yourself into with this so strict of a guideline because it's focuses your attention on finding one thing that's so hard to find. And this is why I haven't found anybody to, be with. So you don't want to be lonely forever. It's just the fact that, some things are harder to find than most. So I'll get off my soapbox. I won't say anything else. The rest, I know I can get off from there. But I'm just saying, just don't be too focused. You have to broaden. You have to be more loose in your ideas of what you want in a person, as to share your life with or to be a partner with you, and have that same understanding in what you're trying to do, and you have to be understanding in what she's trying to do. And if she's independent, and you say she's smart and she cares about people, and but she cares about people on a stint of she's going on sabbaticals, but like more like if she's going on like those trips where she goes save the world, like around the world or something, and you never see her, you're like, fuck, she's awesome and she's helping people, but I never fucking see her. And that's pretty much why I didn't get in a relationship while I was in the military, because I was like, this was like we was in high rotation of deployment, and I was like, man, it'd be really hard to have a relationship with me at this time because I was always gone. So yeah. I mean, you have to take that in yourself too. It's like I'm gonna be gone and she's working and we never see each other. How can we build a relationship from this? Are we a girlfriend and boyfriend? Are we like exclusive, or are we just friends? Because you can get that in a perfect friend because you don't expect to see a friend every day. But when it comes to having a relationship that you have all these guidelines for and you expect them to be successful people, then that's a needle in a haystack, bro.
Yeah.
Just be willing to wait, or broaden your circle, travel the world, see more people, and see what's out there. And then you don't have to date everybody you meet, but just see what you're looking for. Like there's plenty of awesome women out there that are pretty badass and athletic. They like to do shit. They like to go out and with you and do things with you. And then the work comes around and you're like, damn, I don't ever see her anymore because she's back at work, or you at work, or it's like our schedules never line up. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what I felt like too? Like I feel like I am doing the smartest thing for my future, man. Like I just feel like I am. My gut's telling me you're going through a lot of fucking shit now, bro. But you are doing what is correct and right. And that's actually one of the hardest parts. I don't know why that's one of the harder parts, but it just fucking is, man.
I mean, how old are you?
31, homeboy.
Damn, you finally crossed the threshold, baby. Welcome to the 30 club. Once you hit that one, like once you hit 30, it's like, oh, I'm 30. But once you hit that one over 30, it's like, oh, you actually in the club now. You know what it feels like to be 30. But dude, I got
honestly,
5 years
bro, I don't give a fuck about numbers. I don't care about my age. I'm not one of those people. I really don't give a shit. I never have. I never will. It's a part of life, and I'm going to age and grow, graze and fat and shit. I don't know if I'll be fat. I don't want to be fat, but I like to work out and stay healthy. But like I don't, man, I don't fucking care about that because like I live a weird, different life anyway. So, and I was, thankfully I have a family that has, despite the struggles and shit, has been actually the reason why I can even get to the point where I'm at now with even this organization, quite honestly. Especially with the way my mental health was. And for the past couple of years. And everything happens for a reason. And I firmly believe that. And it's like nothing but up from here, really, even with a minor relationship setback, which was, I think, needed at the end of the day. It sucks that it was needed, but I think it was. I think it is, I should say, because I need to be fully present. I don't want to feel like I'm using someone or not with someone, I want to be okay. So
yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Like, everything comes with time, and just take your time, and like you say, if this is your calling and you found it, then you're one of the lucky few people who actually found their purpose in life.
I think it's ever changing. I think my true passion and calling is helping motivate people. Honestly, I'm a motivator. Some Marine yelled at me about that before. He's like, "You're a fucking motivator." And I was like, "All right, bro."
All right, bro. Yeah, I mean, if you got it, use it, man. If you see that in yourself, then use it. That's the only thing.
I definitely do, dude. 100%, not even a question. I mean, would you say I'm wrong?
I don't know
Genuinely.
you well enough, but like
you said you don't know me well, Cedric. Shut the fuck up.
No. That's misinterpretation. I don't know you when you're home. I know you Project Refit level, but I don't know you on a
bro. No. You don't understand. Then I'm not Project Refit James and then James. I am just James. I mean, Deanne. I mean, you fucking. How many times have you met me now? I'm pretty.
Deanne was like, no comment.
Wait, no, seriously. Hold on. I had to walk out of the house for a second because I'm with my family down the shore. So, honestly, James, I feel I've only physically met you once, right?
Yeah.
And it's no joke. Like when I met you and Dan and Chad, it was like brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like I met you guys and it was like I've known you forever, and I haven't. But it's like, oh my gosh, it's James. Hey, what's going on? And it was hugs and kisses, and like, that's just it. Like, you're family. And I'll be honest with you, I talk about you all the time. Like, I feel like you are a very well educated, very well spoken individual, and like, you know your shit. Like, you know what you're talking about.
Well, shit, Deanne, what about me? That's cool.
Cedric, you know your shit too.
No, it's cool, man. I'm just saying, like, people, you have to realize there are limits. Like, I have to compartmentalize myself more so than most people do, I guess, too. So
Yeah.
my understanding of how people live is different than other people, and I am in a secluded place too. So when people talk about relationships, the men, we 7-to-1 ratio for men to women up here. So, it's like, oh, you're just having your turn, like, oh, somebody's already dated, and they're probably in your circle somewhere, like, might not be close, but they probably dated somewhere down the line, and they have some sort of opinion about them, and you kind of got to be careful on those levels. But that's just me though. I don't know. Like, I can't bring work home. Like, I can't bring my work to, if I go to some sort of social event, like, because people look at me strange.
Yep.
Because I am literally profiling everybody in the room, but it's a natural thing for me. It's not like I don't know that I'm, like, I try not to. That's why I stepped away from the counselor thing, because people thought I was analyzing them all the time. And, like people were coming to me saying that, oh, I don't feel comfortable because I think you're analyzing me. And, it's just weird.
I feel like that is one of your strong suits, though. You read people very well.
It's not from falling. I mean, sometimes I get it wrong, but sometimes, most of the time, I can feel when somebody's gone through something just by the way their body language is and the way they're typing. Like, some messages that you don't expect, that kind of like sends red flags for me, and I pick that up, and I'm like,
can you guys hear me
now?
Yeah.
I didn't hear. So I just like cut out. I was like, Deanne, did you blah, blah, blah? And then like,
you dropped out. Oh, he dropped out again.
Yeah. But I feel like he needed to hear that. But I mean, it's Friday, so it's recorded, so he can go back and watch it if he. So he can understand me better, so he don't think I am taking, James Corbett in the wrong light. It's not like I only know him from what I've seen him do with Project Refit. You guys seen him on a more personal level. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, people need to come to me, or I need to come to them to get to know them on a personal level, instead of through a screen, because people hide behind masks. That like, most of the time people portray things on here that are not actually truly who they are, and I've only gotten what I've seen on here, and that's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm bashing him for what I've seen, or what I've learned from his experiences is not what I'm trying to, I'm not taking away from that. I'm not doing that to him. So I just want him to understand that. So when he comes back, you guys make him understand that Cedric is weird.
So,
in a good way.
I mean, me and Bruno, we talk, off and on, and it's not as often. And, I text, people occasionally to make sure everything is good, because, I'm just making sure everything's good,
But you're a good kind of weird.
Yeah, good kind of weird. I think everybody has a level of weirdness going on. But,
absolutely.
Yeah, but you cut me off. I don't know, for whatever reason. You quit sending me good morning, sweet tits. So, I mean, I bet
you have to do that to grab sometimes you have to throw that icebreaker in there to grab attention. You know how they say how you do briefings in the military. It's like the one thing to trip people up is to grab their attention, and then you have their uninvited attention, and then you can say what you want to say.
Yeah.
And usually I always say, make sure you're good, man. Make sure you have a good day. All that good jazz. And I do it to Jimmy and a couple other people too. So, I just throw it in there. It's just to trip them up. Like, oh man, this is a weird way to start the day. You know what I'm saying? So,
Not weird.
It's an icebreaker, a weirdo kind of icebreaker, but it works though. Can't say that the method to the madness is there.
It's not weird.
So I mean, and I'm not like most people's like, oh, I'm my military career. I'm not my military career. What you see on here is what I am every day. Like, the only thing I compartmentalize is work. Like you would never see me like, profiling anybody, or I try not to. Not on purpose. I don't profile on purpose. But I'm always scanning the room just so you know. It's like this mofo might pop off or do something crazy, and I might have to like shoot his ass or something. I don't know, but it's kind of weird. But, yeah. Well, I hope James comes back, or I hope he rewatches at least this segment of the video. He'll understand where I'm coming from as far as what I'm trying to say. James, you got to make him understand. You and Bruno. Make him understand me. He think I was like cutting him off at the legs, like, bro, you know me, man. You know me. He's like, I know you. I know you from this. I know you on the Project Refit level, and that's the only level I know you at.
Right.
So
I honestly think that's the only level he has, though.
Yeah. I mean, he was James Corbett before he was before Project Refit became a thing. If he wasn't James Corbett, he wouldn't have as many.
I'm not sure what the actual fuck is going on with my Zoom, but I'm here on a phone.
Yeah, we see the little phone.
Yeah, the last thing that I ever like said or heard was me going, I don't know, I think I'm consistent. And I was like, Deanne, what do you think? And then she's like, meh. And then I went out.
Yeah, you have to rewatch the last 5-10 minutes of my soapbox on, who I am and, how I, how I see people, my views. But James and Bruno is gonna give you a refresher on what I said. So maybe. But I'm a clock off here and let you guys figure it out. And James, if you want to talk to me directly, you got my info. So
I got you, brother. Yeah.
Just so you can understand where I'm coming from. Like I said, I'm not trying to cut you off at the legs as far as who you are as James Corbett, but I've only gotten one.
Cedric, I'm going to be real with you, man. You have your assumptions of people and you sometimes stick to them too steadfast, and it's a weakness. And I'm not going to be offended by what you have to say about me because I know who I am. So I'm going to listen to it and I'll take what I can and I will, see what I can get from it, if anything. And I appreciate it nonetheless, man. That's it.
Okay. That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, I don't take offense to whatever. I like to hear what people have to say, but I feel like there's whatever assumptions it is. Because if you're saying you're cutting me at the knees, I mean,
no, I said I'm not.
I will listen. Yeah. Well, if you're not, I have to listen. But the bottom line is, I'm not going to take offense. but I just feel like there are assumptions that are made that people stick to, and it's like not real. But I don't know. I think I'm a consistent ass fucking human being, but I'm learning. That's
No,
all.
I'm not, like I said, I wasn't bashing you. If you, like I said, what you see me on here is me every day. That's what I was saying. But like I said, if you watch the last 10 minutes after this video is done, everything closes out, you can go back and see what I said, because I kept going. I knew you was gonna watch. I know you're gonna watch it. Hopefully you watch it.
Yeah, I
That
definitely will.
That way you understand where I'm coming from. It's not like I would never bash anybody as far as being a stickler on who they should be or what I think they should be. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I was saying at all. So, but yep, I'm gonna clock off, and I hope you guys have a good, safe weekend, and you know, you guys have
I'll hit you up, Cedric.
I hope so, brother. I hope so. I hope you don't misinterpret me.
I don't.
But,
I for sure don't.
But yeah, I guess keep hope alive, as they say, and like I said, keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing. But yeah, love you guys.
Sure.
Talk to you guys later. Hopefully, you guys have a good weekend. Later.
You too, man.
Cedric.
I'll have to watch what he said. But I don't know, Dan, what was your opinion? Like, I think I'm pretty fucking consistent. I don't know. I have no idea. She's even on here. I don't even know who's on here.
Oh, she left. Or she's gone.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty consistent person quite always.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say you're fairly consistent. Yeah.
I've actually never heard otherwise. The one thing I gotta get fucking, like, my therapist even said it to me. He was like, dude, you gotta trust your gut more, man. He's like, you just go again. He's like, you like fight against your gut because it's not what you want. He's like, you gotta trust your gut.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I got this weird like anxiety thing now where even with this drone test, which I'm okay with it now, I'm like studying for it and I'm doing all the things I can do for it. Because I had like a realization today. I was like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, you did so much, like, especially with like school. I accomplished a lot. Like, I'm capable of studying and thinking and being intelligent. And like, I feel like everything that I went through or whatever, like, I'm almost.
You cut out again.
I've been super hesitant to like believing that myself.
Right.
And it's weird. It's like a weird thing that's going on with me right now. And I think it's all because I'm like reliving and refeeling everything that I felt while I was with the actual, like, the ex. Like, not Lisa, who's a good person and everything else.
Right.
Because she's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. It's a weird sensation. Weird brain thing that's happening.
Right.
Huh? What'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying, right. I was agreeing.
Yeah. Shit's bonkers. All right, I definitely used tonight to kind of.
Good.
Because I was saying to Parker earlier, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get on tonight. I'm not feeling too good. And I was like, bitch, what? What would you say to anyone else in this situation? Like, you would be jumping on there, and you would have them jump on there, and you would have them talk. And that's exactly what I was just trying to practice what I preach, I guess. Just practice what I preach. Is Bruno still on here?
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah, I had a long night. It was hot.
How are you, Bruno?
I walked around tonight with a case of that Rockstar Energy drink with Project Refit stickers on the side, and gave them out to cops and military people, and had a pretty good night.
That's cool.
Actually. Yeah, that my
awesome.
old guard unit was there with about 15 people, and they went through a few of them. Their photographer didn't show up tonight. He was TDY somewhere, so I took pictures for him for their unit.
Yeah. He wants.
So that'll let me keep in touch with them a little bit.
That's cool. That must have been pretty neat to take photos for your unit again.
Yeah, I was asking if Murloc was around, because I know he's. I was in with his dad, and we went to a promotion ceremony, and Andy Sons was the photographer taking pictures of my cousin at the promotion ceremony. And yeah, they said, yeah, he's TDY someplace. So they didn't send a photographer out with us.
Nice.
So yeah, it felt nice to be back doing that again. And I won a first prize this month in the show. So that was nice.
That's cool.
For photography?
Yeah.
Nice.
Got new lights. I was happy with them. I gotta send the flash trigger back. It wasn't working. So they sent me a new one.
That's good.
But yeah, I'm going to use them this coming weekend at Black Label. And so I'll play with them a little bit this week to make sure I got them down pat. I think I got them figured out pretty good.
You have next week is a car cruise.
Yep, I will be back Sunday for that. Actually,
I just remembered that.
I got to leave Friday night for the. I'm the guest photographer. My grandson's a YouTube celebrity guest, so we have to be there on Friday night, and it gets done. I guess 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Saturday night, and we're not staying over Saturday night, so we'll be home. We'll be home Saturday night, and then I'm gonna head out to the car cruise Sunday morning.
That's cool. I'm taking my test to become a licensed drone pilot next Saturday.
What does that open you up to do?
So,
Space Force.
Who's that?
Austin.
Oh, hey, what's up, Austin?
He can't see you because he's on the phone. But you're right.
So,
on your voice.
Well, actually, everyone's voices sound weird too. But so it allows me to take. I can do drone photography of like hotels and golf courses and anywhere really, and I can get paid for it. And like it allows me to like make actual money. So like those places, like drone pilots are actually in pretty high demand right now. especially for those kind of gigs, because you know that people own drones, but they're not like licensed to be able to actually make money off of it. So you can charge like $200 plus an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if I can tap into my network and maybe begin to fly drones and make some money on the side while building Project Refit, so I can start living a little bit more normal of a life.
Nice.
Because your boy is poor as fuck. I'm also about to become sponsored by a state program within the VA, actually. I got invited into this thing called ETS sponsorship.
Nice.
And yeah. So it's like a one step closer to getting potentially funding from the state and the VA. But we'll see.
Okay. What kind of like stipulations does that bring though? Like what kind does it kind of tie your hands up a little bit or no?
No, if you're working anything with the VA, you're gonna have some kind of fucking strings attached.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So. Yeah, I don't know. That is really cool though. I'm excited for that though. If that's gonna really help out with getting things done. Oh, sorry guys. Tired.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
All right. Did you see the video of the Cutlass?
Oh fuck yeah, this shit was sexy. I also see you put up your bug for sale.
Yep. I can
Yeah,
sell
popped
it.
up as an ad on my marketplace. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, what? And I was like, Austin put his bug up?
If it sells, the money's gonna go pay bills and get us a little bit ahead, but a good portion is gonna go into my Grand Prix. But it's gonna be a double-edged deal, like I'm fine with letting it go if somebody comes up with the cash.
All right.
But it's gonna make me have to really work my ass off to get this Grand Prix done, so I have a display vehicle to take with me to shows.
Nice.
But the Cutlass, that's going into paint it's going to the paint shop on Monday. I think it's probably going to be a day of prep to get it ready to spray. But from what my dude told me is that the painter contacted Lowrider Magazine as well as Motor Trend and has them interested in wanting to shoot footage of it for a possible feature in each of their magazines.
Real nice.
Are you gonna try to get press for like some of that work?
Oh yeah. Once it gets candied, once paint's done, I'm gonna go back and I don't care if I gotta pay somebody to take the photos, or I'm just gonna spend the day with my phone and just snap off every angle I can think of. But yeah, that's the gold standard right there for me. It's like I'm a fucking promote the shit out of that. Because it's honestly it's a matter of right now it's just a matter of time. I've had 3 or 4 people make comments. They wish they could there was that shit up where they're at, and it's varying across the country. But the lowrider community is going to eat this shit alive.
That's awesome.
And I finished that up on Saturday. I just finished up a valve cover for a guy last night. I got trim, a derby cover, a motorcycle tank, another tank, cup. I got like 8 projects lined up right now.
That's super cool. Well, gents, I'm gonna probably jump off here. You want me to pass the?
No, we can all pop off. I need to do homework anyway.
Okay, I didn't want to cut anybody short, but
No, you're good, man. All right, I love you guys. I really appreciate you letting me be a fucking douche tonight, and I love it. I honestly needed it.
no,
Everybody gets their turn.
no, I like those conversations because
Me too.
when we have those conversations as people, we grow and and maybe it's something we've said before or we've heard somebody else say, but that reflection is really good. So
Yeah.
Yep. Hang in there, dude. Right here. Dude, I mean, I might not be the best person, but having some of those questions, some of that stuff we talked about, give me a call, man. I'll sit and listen or talk to you and give you my opinions. I'm still learning, so.
All right, brother.
All right, guys.
I appreciate it.
All right.
You guys are the shit.
Yeah.
See everybody Monday.
Peace out.
All right, good night. See you Monday.
Laters. All right. Good night. Project Refit out.